said, baby, wine for me, you'll start shaking, but making sure that you did slow down if I can't take it. I know some niggas who done throw money in car cases. Long as my only L is learning from them, no loss taking. Feel like been moving at a high speed, no car chasing, no tracks with other niggas like me who I'm racing. Ironically, I'm called a star whenever I'm on stage, but I tell them all to put their lights up and I'm stargazing. I'm not crazy, but as far as the work, man, I'm just learning to love it. I hit the stage, then hit the track and try to journal in public. I'm just saging the space, roll up the herb and burn it in public. Concerning the subject of paper, gotta earn it, so fuck it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Lena Renee.
And it's your girl, Tatted Kelly.
And we are your sexy hosts with InTheMix podcast.
Hey.
Let's go. And we got my boy, KeleChief.
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 Yes.
See, he's that out of the country stuff. We listen.
Hey.
Let me find out your name hard. Come on now.
It's all good. We'll get it.
Okay, say it one more time.
KeleChief.
KeleChief. Let's say it together.
KeleChief. Amazing.
KeleChief.
Nigerian king.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah,
Amazing.
so you're from Lagos, right?
I am.
Are you not?
I'm from here. I'm from Atlanta.
Are you?
But my family's Nigerian. So
nice.
yeah, my roots are Nigerian. Both of my parents are Nigerian. They came to the States.
Amazing.
And, had me. Just came. Damn, this year has flown by. But I was in Lagos at the end of last year. So here we are.
Oh, really? How was it there?
It was beautiful. It was amazing. Lagos is a beautiful city. I jokingly say that it's like take New York City and put it in Africa.
Really?
Yeah. So it's grimy like New York. It's fast paced like New York. There's a lot of hustle. You gotta hustle to keep up, but it's also beautiful. It's beautiful people. So it's an amazing place.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. So you grew up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you wish you would have grew up there, or
That's a good
is it?
question. So I used to wish that I grew up there because I used to feel like I wasn't Nigerian enough. But I think as I've grown into myself and I've become an adult, it's like, I am who I am for the reasons that I am who I am. So, but yeah, I used to feel that way, but not no more. I'm pretty comfortable with myself now.
So I'm just curious, do other people that are Nigerian, do they look at you different because you didn't grow up there, or?
Ooh, that's a
good question.
That's
a great question.
I
that's
don't
a
know,
really good question.
I feel like that we all from Africa, right? Mm-hmm. But they call us African Americans, and then they don't look at us the same as people in Africa. Like,
that's a good question. Again, talking about becoming comfortable with myself, I've become less and less concerned with how people look at me.
Yeah.
Because I can't control that.
Exactly.
So if someone does look at me as less African because I was born here, that's, as they say there, that's for your own pockets. That's your own business. It's not my business.
Your own bucket.
So,
and see, I want to know.
Pocket.
Oh, pockets.
It's your pockets.
Look,
Okay.
Lena, you getting corrected all night now.
Listen.
All night long.
Listen, now that they whispering and saying stuff in it with a little twang to it, then hey, people don't understand what I say half the time because I'm country, so it's okay.
It's a group effort. It's a group effort. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
I want to know now, how do you feel about some of the issues that have transpired in Nigeria? And, have you taken maybe any actions just for yourself? I know you're just one man, but just to try to make change, or, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's heavy. The issues, that's hard because there's countless issues.
In Nigeria,
there's countless, but again, there's countless issues almost everywhere. But I think the thing that's kind of like fresh on people's minds politically was like there was the NSARS movement at the end of 2020, which was like a police brutality thing, which is not too dissimilar from what's happens
going
here.
On, right?
Yeah. For me, because I'm a musician, like my tool, the thing that I do is I make songs. I try to get people to engage through my own creativity. Try to put things on people's minds, through my music and through my words. And then, that's really the best I can do is to try to tell people what's going on. So
yeah, right. Absolutely. So I love, speaking of the creativity and your music and things like that, I love how you guys uplift your queens. I love that. And so, was that something you were taught, or is that something that was like just come to you because of who you are as a person? Is that a cultural thing? Or?
I think so. There's a classic record, there's a classic Nigerian song called Sweet Mother. We love our mothers, we love our sisters, we love our everyone. We love the women. I mean, I try.
Yeah.
You know, me personally, I try.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a wide cultural thing, because there's tinges of probably misogyny and bigotry in everyone's culture that people have to check. But as far as me personally, I just try to do what I can,
Yeah.
Right. And did you recently have a tour? I saw.
Yeah, I just got back from the Catch Me If You Can tour with Adekunle Gold. Shout out Adekunle Gold. We did a bunch of dates with them. I did a few dates with Davido. I don't know if y'all know Davido and Adekunle Gold, but yeah, just got back from that tour. Before that, we was on the road with Fireboy DML, who has the big record Peru with with Ed Sheeran. So we were on a tour with him before. Before that, it was Omale. Before that, yeah, we always on the road.
Crazy.
End of this month, I'm back on road.
Yeah, we happy you made time for us.
Yeah.
This last tour I was gone all of June, so I wasn't in Atlanta I lost June. So
wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's a blessing thoh.
Hey,
do you enjoy touring?
I do enjoy it. As I get older though, I realize that it's as much fun as it is work.
Yes.
And I just kind of try to do my best to make sure I'm balancing like the fun in the life with making sure I'm taking care of my mental and physical health, because it's hard on the body, it's hard on the mind. So but yeah, there's harder jobs. There's worse jobs to have.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to have this job.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. So now I love the vibe and the authenticity.
Thank you very much.
Me. So what do you feel is your best song up to date?
My best song up to date. I mean, that's like asking somebody who their favorite kid is. But I'll say the song that I'll tell people to listen to first is a song called On Me. Mm-hmm. So just put in KeleChief On Me. It'll pop up. That's like my next album at Lagos, which is dropping very, very soon. Every single song on there is my favorite song. So
awesome.
yeah, my next album is my favorite song.
Now, are we going to get like a variety of maybe some good love, toxicity, or like what are we expecting on this good album here?
On that Lagos, you should expect there's everything. There's love. There's family stuff. How's the language on this?
We can cuss.
There's family shit.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
family shit. There's love. There's life aspirations. Everything that everything that people go through. Toxicity, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I may have grown out of the toxic phase of my life.
Okay. Good job.
But if you like the toxic stuff, there might be something there for you. You know. But yeah, some for everybody. Some for everybody.
So do you feel like with African music, do you feel like that it's harder for you guys to get I guess in like American fan base, or do you feel like that you have a good mixture of both in your fan base?
For me personally, like as an artist, because I started off doing like all rap shit.
Okay.
So it was probably like 2019 was when I started like dabbling in Afro beats with my record Waiting for You. Mm-hmm. When I went on tour with Jadena. So that was when I like started dabbling in Afro beats and like changing the sound up a little bit. Nice. So I think I have a core. I jokingly say I'll be like, yo, I'm 100% from Atlanta, but I'm 100% Nigerian. I'm 200% nigga.
Hey, that's what I think that's in your bio, right?
So for me personally, I feel like there is a gap. There's a culture gap, and I think I'm blessed enough to be able to kind of like be able to bridge that gap.
Nice.
To where if you coming for the Afro flavor, there's something for you. If you're trying to hear these bars, I got that for you too.
Okay, so, let us hear them right now. We like where the golden mic at? Let's go.
Look, we're gonna have the golden mic next time, man.
Oh, get the golden mic. We'll make it happen.
So and what about with? I saw you had a girlfriend. She's a beautiful queen.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Now, would you say that she inspires some of the music that you've created?
Some of it, yeah. If you listen close, if you listen super close, you'll know. If you know us, but
What about marriage too?
Huh?
What about marriage too? I'm gonna ask that too for her.
What about marriage?
For her.
I'm asking what about marriage.
You plan on popping the question maybe?
Yeah, I do. I would love to be married one day.
Nice.
Look, one day.
Yeah. I would love to be married
tell us no
when it makes sense. You don't. marriage isn't a thing that you just do
jump into, right?
You make sure you do it right. So I
Is
got life things to arrange. I think she does too. But that's
Lena,
that's
you
the
didn't
goal.
see
That's
a
the goal.
picture?
Yeah, I saw a picture of her on this page.
Yeah. Ain't that
Is there?
cute?
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
act like
they
you
so
seen her
cute.
in person picture. So I'm like, did I
Look,
miss
look, I'm
something?
rooting for sis, okay?
I'm like, did I miss something?
I want to see the ring.
Yeah. Faithful black man. Black man don't
Absolutely.
Oh, black men don't cheat. Oh,
This
you
one-
done
this
brought
one
up
does
something.
not. This
Okay,
one
you
does
done brought up something with that now.
Shit. Okay.
So what do you feel like it takes to have a successful relationship?
I think to have a successful relationship, and I might not be the person to ask, but since you asked, I think it's
for you.
Honesty. Be honest. Let people know what you need. Let people know what you need from them. I think that the number one most important thing in a relationship is the ability to negotiate.
Negotiate.
And maybe not like as formal as like coming to the proverbial table and negotiating, but it's like people have to be willing to give to get. I think that's necessary. I think that we talk about toxicity just like jokingly, but I feel like when I look at like the landscape of what's going on, it's like, everyone wants to get, but people don't think about what they need to give at all.
Exactly.
So I think that being realistic in what you have to give in order to get what you need is important. And I feel lucky enough to have someone who's very who's very graceful in negotiation, and I try to be the same. So you can talk to somebody in good faith. I think that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Just pouring into you, you know what I'm saying? And you pouring back into them. So that's amazing.
Yes.
Now, what is your favorite Nigerian dish?
My favorite Nigerian dish. That's hilarious. Oh, that's tough. But I mean, my mom makes great agusi soup. My mom makes great jollof rice, stew and rice. It's really, I mean, if my mom made it, I will eat it, and I won't ask any questions. So like, that's really it.
Amazing.
As long as my mama made it.
I know that's right.
Tell mom I want to sit at one of the seats at the table.
Pull up.
Okay.
Pull up.
I know his girlfriend might not like that.
Tell sis I'm rooting for her. Tell her I'm part of the family, okay?
It was actually at it was a club in Atlanta, after hour spot. I forget the name of it, but it was an African guy. He taught me how to take the whole bone out of the snapper, and I was so grateful because I used to struggle trying to get between them bones to get to that meat. And when he took the whole thing out, I said, "Ooh!" So I do that every time now, and I get to that meat.
Useful.
Honey.
You know what I'm
I'm just saying.
Look,
I'm just saying, y'all know all the tricks.
They know all the tricks.
I
know the
trying
tricks.
to figure
Definitely
out.
know the tricks.
I'm trying to figure out how I didn't know to just pull the bone out while I was struggling like
you shouldn't
that.
be eating
know what
around
I'm
the bones like that. You should get
I
straight
was
to the meat.
and then I was sometimes eating the bone, and I was like, "Oh God, it's sharp." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Wait a minute!"
Terrible.
And he pulled
We
that
don't
thing.
know
I
shit,
said,
okay?
"You good, boy? You good?"
It's all good. We all learn it.
I'm just saying.
No, but look, I just showed Lena before you came. I showed her a video of you popping open that bottle with your doggone mouth. I said,
yeah.
I said, what the hell? I said, listen, we need a bottle.
We need
Somebody
a
run
bottle.
downstairs.
That's hilarious. Hey, that's
Y'all
what it
know
is.
some shit.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's when I was back home. I just, I was feeling the vibes. That's how I did it. There was no
Make
can
it
opener. I had to
work,
open
right.
it.
You
I
gotta
had to
make
open
it work.
I wanted my
Had
Guinness.
to
So.
improvise.
Exactly. So do you feel like in your culture that they actually do support each other? Like, because I know sometimes everybody has different experiences, but in the American Atlanta rap game, some people get the support, some people don't. Do you feel like that you guys are more as one? Do you feel like y'all try to lift each other up as much, or what's your experience with that?
I definitely think so. I mean, and everyone has different experiences, but like my first tour I went out with Chance the Rapper. Second tour I went on, it was Wale. And I don't know if y'all know Wale. Wale's Nigerian.
Of course.
Third tour was Jadena. He's Nigerian. Fourth tour was Fireboy. He Nigerian.
Man,
tour
you
after
working.
that was, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah.
I'm a big proponent. People talk about like what's the word? I forget what the word is, but it's like how Italians look out for Italians and people look out for like I'm a big nepotism is the word.
Oh, I was about to say advocate.
Advocate, yeah, but I'm
okay.
an advocate for nepotism. So like
Okay.
if I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, I gotta get it out the mud. fuck the mud. You know what I'm saying? I think you should, when people want to help you out, you should receive that help.
Of course.
And for me personally, I've been fortunate enough to where because we put in the work, I've been blessed with talent. Like when people, they hear the name, they know, like, if you're Nigerian or if you're African in general or if you've been around, you can just see my name and be like, oh, I think he's Nigerian. And I've put in the work behind that, and I've put in everything behind that to where it's like, okay, cool, get that nigga a shot. Let him, let's see. And, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to deliver. So
okay, he said he coming with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Now, I know I'm a little bit nosy, but
so she has the tea. So that's what I'm realizing is going on.
Yeah, we gonna sip. Okay. So I did look at some of your tweets. Okay.
Oh wow, tweets.
So now I'm nosy, and I saw that you mentioned like, how can I be a homophobic? Now I didn't get offended. Or nothing like that. But I want to know, right? Just for clarity for some of those, because you have different fans, right? So are you absolutely like just anti-homophobic to where they can't be in your space, or are you fine with people being homo as long as they don't try you,
That's so funny. I have a grand total of 0 problems with any. I don't care what nobody do. So that's my thing.
Right.
That's a line from a song that recently came out.
Really?
There's this dude.
See,
his name is
being nosy.
I don't know how it's pronounced, but I think his name is Westerner. But he's like a UK rapper, and he has this song that starts off as like, it's like, how can I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. Like that's the. So I just tweeted the first part of that line. If you should go look at that tweet. Somebody after that finished the line.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I tweeted. I was just fucking around on Twitter.
I'm just fucking
around. Yeah.
It ain't me.
Okay.
It's so funny because I think about tweeting and I think about what I say, but I never think about something like how people take it because it's Twitter.
Because it's Twitter. I don't even be on Twitter.
I should have thought of that because I was about to be on a podcast.
But you know what? But you seem like you're a person that's full of love and like I said, me, I'm going to look and I'm going to study and I'm nosy.
We are all accountable for the things that we say. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you.
Yeah, look,
he gave me the clarity, but I could tell sitting and having an actual conversation with him.
Yeah.
That you are very intelligent. You speak from love, like, and just positivity.
Thank you.
So I respect it.
Don't give him too much credit now. We only been talking to him for a few minutes.
Give me the credit. I'll take the credit now.
I'm just saying.
She has a great radar.
I'm joking.
We'll bring you around too. We'll bring you around too.
Listen, if you weren't a good person, I don't think I would even invite you on here.
Well, here we go.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's great.
So what can we expect from you in the future? Is there anything else besides music that you're doing, or any interest that you have besides music?
Outside of music, outside of like touring, I haven't released a proper album since the top of 2021. So I know you said outside of music, but I have we say a single, but it's really 2 songs. So I got a double drop in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
We haven't even, y'all just got an exclusive. So there's that. And then my album, which is called At Lagos, which is like a combination of Atlanta and Lagos, is coming like before the end of the year. That's very gracious, probably like early October. So that's the music stuff.
Okay.
But outside of music, man, I like skating. I like, you catch me in Cascade.
Rollerblades or the four-wheel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
Okay.
I'm grown.
I need brown beginner skates, because man,
that's how you be skating like that, Kelly? I hope that ain't what you be doing.
Yeah, I like to skate. I listen to a podcast. I like to learn, and I like spending time with my family. Like I said, man, I'm grown. So,
So sounds like me and Kelly going to be hosting a double release party soon. We're in the mix.
Let's make it happen.
I'm just
let's
saying.
Make it happen. Are y'all open to doing
it?
that?
We are.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Please.
In these streets.
And man, I know I seen you working out, because like me, I don't really work out or nothing. Y'all can see how skinny my arms is, but this man is huge. It's huge. So I know some of your favorite things is to skate and with exercising. Now how's your health? Everything's fine with your health, and that's
that I know of. Everything's, I'm blessed. I'm pretty blessed. I can't complain. There's nothing, go. And doctor ain't told me nothing. So,
I need the regimen because I'm diabetic, right?
Okay.
So I don't always take care of myself properly.
Okay. What do you need as a?
I mean, I don't exercise, and
You're not eating sugar, are you?
Hell yeah! Like I just
Then
had
what you
me a
doing?
Coca-Cola.
Hell
Look,
yeah.
I just had me a Coca-Cola with some buffalo shrimps.
Oh my God.
Ain't it, AJ? I just had me some big old Coca-Cola, man. It
Lord.
was delicious.
So I guess more of the question is that what do you feel like you need to do to take care of yourself? Because you
Okay,
just
well,
asked this man to help you, and then you
I
doing
thought-
stuff you know you ain't supposed to be doing.
I need the help. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I definitely
So-
will help you because I eat the way
Okay.
that I eat because my dad is a diabetic and my grandmother passed away from diabetes. That's why I'm as picky as I am.
Shape, okay.
What you
Whatever
trying to say?
shape.
You don't see these.
Oh, she got it.
You don't see these
She got
abs
it.
going on. What you
But he in
mean?
shape. I need to get on his regimen.
Oh,
I
for
wish.
sure. So
I
look,
wish.
he don't even
I
do
wish.
nothing. She
I'm
don't want to give
trying.
me no
I
credit,
tried.
y'all. Y'all hear? He don't even do
No,
nothing.
cause he be lifting up them
What is
big
he
ass
doing?
Flintstone
Oh,
weights.
that's hilarious.
With
Now, that's.
doggone rocks, man.
I
in the
see you
morning.
saw all the videos when I
see
was in
all the
Nigeria,
videos.
so that's so funny. Yeah. That was great.
So is that y'all's gym, or that's what you just decided
That's what
to
I
do?
had access to at the time.
Okay.
You know, so I was like, got to make the most of what I got. That's what I had. Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about where you're from?
My favorite thing about so it's like layers, right? So I enjoy being African in general. I like talking to East Africans, Ethiopians, Somalians, Eritreans. I love seeing their culture because it's like kind of influenced a little bit by Arab culture a little bit, and then I love my West Africans because it feels very familiar, very homey, you know. South Africans have very, very cool culture as well. So I love being African. I love being Nigerian particularly. I joked earlier about Nigeria being like the New York of Africa, or Lagos particularly. And I mean, Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa. So it's I think they say it's like if out of 10 Africans you meet, 5 of them gonna be Nigerian because there's so many of us. So it's like there's just a lot of culture that comes out of there, and being a part of that, I think it just feels really fulfilling. And then even deeper than that, you know, being I'm Igbo, which is my tribe. So there's several like more tribes than I could name inside of Nigeria, but like Igbo is one of like the larger tribes in Nigeria. And there's a lot of pride that comes from that too, and like particular culture. So it's like it's very, very layered. So you know, I love it all. You know, I've become very appreciative of who I am.
Dip into the tribe real quick. I want to know a little bit more about the tribe.
Tell us about the tribe.
I mean,
You gotta realize we can't talk about this type
Yeah,
of
I
stuff with
understand.
There's many
everybody.
different tribes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Africa.
So yeah, I mean, in Nigeria particularly, and there's lots of people who know way more about this than me. But,
It's okay.
There's like 3 main tribes: Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and the Igbo people are in the east, southeastern Nigeria, and so my family's from. That's where my mom and my dad's villages are both in southeast Nigeria.
Oh wow.
I got to spend some time there this past December. You know, it's cool to like being in Lagos was cool. Being in Lagos was cool because how do I describe? It's like when I meet Nigerians like all across the diaspora, whether it's like here, it's in Canada, or it's in like the UK or whatever, or they're from the UK. Those people feel like they're from Lagos. But when my parents came here and like, you know, the family that we have and like distant cousins and stuff, those are Igbo people. They're from like where we're from. So like when I got to go to the village that my parents are from, I got to see like, oh, this is like the particular culture y'all brought here.
Right.
And it's not as broad as just like Nigerian culture. It's a little bit more like specific. So like being able to experience that like
More intimate.
the source. Yeah. It was very, very cool.
Is
Yeah.
there any like discrimination amongst the tribes? Like, do you? Not really.
I think so. I think that's human nature. I think humans in general are tribal. I think that it manifests more so in politics. But again, there's people who know way more about this than me.
Right.
Because you from here.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Yeah, right.
But
But when
yeah.
you go over there and you experience it, it's
Yeah.
like, what's those experiences like? Like, tell you know, like that's more or less what I'm saying. I know you from
Yeah.
Atlanta, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
200%. So I'm
Exactly.
asking about the other 100%.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, when you're over there, it's like no one's like in your day-to-day experience, being Igbo isn't gonna be, a bad thing for you.
It ain't like a gang or
it's
something
not
like that.
But there's neighborhoods. It's like this is the mainly urban neighborhood, mainly like pockets of the city where people live. But it's not like it's not like racism.
Right.
No, it's not like that.
Good.
It's not like that.
Good.
And this is my last question for you. So, what do you feel about today's rap culture? I feel like a lot of the rappers have same swag. I'm sorry to say it, but everybody got the big chains. Everybody got and when I see you, you come in here so humble. You know what I'm saying? Not even too flashy, but just chill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
He
like
yeah, I'm chilling.
from what we're normally used to seeing. But what do you feel about, today's rap culture?
I mean, I love rap culture. I come from rap culture. Like, like I started out, like I said before, I started out rapping. So, I mean, and I still rap. Like, all my album is like, it's half of it is me rapping, So, like, and even if there's this Netflix documentary that's like, it's like the roots of Afrobeats. The roots of Afrobeats come maybe like 40-50% from rap. So like there's a lot of, that's the reason why I loved when you said that like we all African, because a lot of what's happening in Afrobeats was informed by hip hop at the time. So I don't really look at them as two like separate things. I think they overlap in certain ways. So like, like, I mean, if Burna Boy walked through here, you would probably think he was a rapper. You wouldn't think he would, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he got a big chain, he got a grill, he got all that.
Right.
And I think that, like, that's a manifestation or an expression of, like, black people globally just being black people. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So, like, I don't really see it as, like, a separate thing. I see it as things that, like, overlap, like, culturally. We are way more similar than we are different.
Wow,
that is true, because I want me a grill. I ain't even
Wait a minute,
lie.
you want you a what? What is? Lord.
Me too, me and you both. We both gonna
I
go
used to
get them
actually
same time.
have a grill.
For real,
Actually,
I want to wear mine to the club.
I had a bottom grill, and they molded the grill wrong. It was on my bottom teeth, and they molded it wrong, and this tooth it shifted
Oh no!
What?
So it was
from
like
my grill. It was in Dallas, at Big T
man.
Bazaar. Shout out to Big T. I used to shop there all the time now.
Man, listen, I need
But
my
I was
grill
cute
right.
with it though. I was cute with
Lil,
it.
we got to get matching grills now.
Okay.
I want to
Y'all
get the
do.
bottom.
just y'all or
Okay.
can all three of
No,
us?
no,
all
all
three
right,
of us.
so
You
all three.
included.
Okay.
You in there.
You
You
in
in there.
bottom or what?
I'm gonna start with the bottom. I'm gonna start with the bottom. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see about the top.
Okay. See,
yeah.
because you can kind of hide the bottom a little bit just in case you need to.
It's a little flash,
right?
you know, it's like a little
the
flash.
Top is
It's
like,
subtle.
bam. It
It's
ain't
subtle.
no, it
Yeah,
ain't,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You can't be playing with that. Like,
Okay.
especially not a top and a bottom now. Please, I would have been like, I don't even know you like that, but I would have been like, hey, I'm going to be a friend and let you
That's
know.
hilarious. That's
So,
hilarious.
this is the last question I have for you. And so, as far as you actually got a double coming out, not a single.
Not a
so, you mentioned your favorite song. Was that an older song or was that something that you recently did or maybe within the last year or two?
On Me dropped in 2021. So
Okay, so it's fairly new, actually.
I mean, it's new-ish. I mean, it's hard because think about it. If I did it in 2021, I made it in 2020. Cause
Right.
so that's why artists, it's hard for us to pick favorite songs because
Right.
this shit that people been listening to,
Ben did it a long time
we
ago.
done with that, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm really on this at Lagos wave. So I'm really really excited to share that with the world. That's
So
what I'm on right now.
since that one is just a year or two in the past, so what about your development from when you first started doing rapping to this double that you're about to put out? How do you feel like you've developed as an artist?
I think that when I first started experimenting with like African sounds, maybe late 2019 or mid 2019, early 2019, I think that I was like keeping them separate. So it would be like, oh, now I'm singing, now I'm rapping, and I would kind of do it separately. Now I'm at this point to where I've again 200%. I've combined them both.
Yeah,
like, I
that's
don't know
dope.
Sometimes I don't know if I'm rapping or if I'm singing.
You
It's
might do it
just,
both in
I'm
one
just
song.
vibing and I'm just doing whatever
doing
I feel.
your thing.
So yeah, I've developed a certain like sonic like comfortability now that I didn't have before. So I'm really excited for people to hear it, for people to hear the way that these African sounds mix with this Atlanta trap shit, the way that it all mixes together. So I'm really really excited. Yeah.
Let's go.
like
We
it.
appreciate you so much for coming on the
Thank
podcast
y'all for
today. It was a
having me. I
pleasure
appreciate
speaking with you. And did you want to leave us with anything before we
Yeah, tell
go?
people
Social media,
fans.
booking,
yeah.
your tour that you're doing.
All
Let
the
them know where
social.
you're coming.
Okay, yeah. We'll do it like this. KeleChief, you can follow me at KeleChief on everything. So that's number one. Number two, my album At Legos is dropping very, very soon. By the time you see this, it might be out. We got a double dropping. It's called Same Old Different. I have a song on there called Same Old, and the other song is called Different.
Okay.
So that's dropping too.
Love
and,
it.
And then I'm gonna be going on end of this month with, honestly, the day after tomorrow we're gonna announce it. So it's gonna be the Road to At Legos tour.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're going up and down the East Coast a few times. So you know,
Nice.
if you in Boston, New York, if you in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, DC, if you're in any of those cities, please catch us. It's gonna be an amazing tour.
He said he
Hey.
all up and through there.
We should go to the show that's gonna be in Atlanta.
Y'all
For
invited.
Yeah.
sure.
Y'all
For
are definitely
sure.
invited. I'm
We
gonna
coming.
send y'all the information.
Please do.
That's what's up. Well, again, thank you so much for coming and being a guest on In The Mix podcast. It's your girl, Lena Renee,
And it's your girl, Tatted Kelly.
and we're going to catch you next time.
Peace.
I told my bro to get a minute from me. For more than that, just send an invoice to get it from me. My Niger niggas said, KeleChief, boy, you spitting for me. They like this shit, I write this shit like it was written for me. If I go do 'em, I go do